Za'Darius, what was your reaction when you got the news you were getting traded to Cleveland?
I was excited. I get a chance to play in a 4-3 system, and that's something that I never played in while I was in the league. So I was happy, man, and knowing that I get a chance to go be with Dalvin Tomlinson again and get a chance to be with Miles, man, it's a great feeling.
You spent so much time playing outside linebacker, right? But you're big enough to play in.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it's going to be a natural transition for you, something you've been looking forward to?
Yeah, it'll be natural because I played it in college. And, I played it in junior college. And my first year of high school, that was my first time playing football. I was a 4-3 in. So I'm used to it, but it's been 8 years, so I'm trying to learn the new techniques and get back to what I used to do, man. Yep, hand in the dirt. Yep.
How excited are you?
Myles Garrett, are you really looking forward to, I know he wasn't here today, but have you talked to Myles Garrett yet? And how much are you looking forward to playing on the same line?
I can't wait. I did get a chance to talk to him. Once I did get the news, I think NFL posted it, and he sent me a text message telling me that he can't wait to get going, and hopefully we could be the best duo in the league. And I was telling him, man, like the D-line, we got to come up with a name for the room. So he was like, all right, I'm going to get some shirts. We're going to make it big. So that chemistry already, I can tell it's going to be great this year.
Za'Darius, going off of that, during your time with the Packers, you and Preston Smith had a tandem doing your press conference together and such. How do you anticipate your tandem with Myles Garrett being different, just personalities-wise? I mean, if we're being honest, Myles Garrett's a totally different.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like once he get here, I'll be able to get a feel for him, They say he don't talk much, he's kind of shy a little bit, but we're going to get him to open up, man. We're going to have a good time while I'm here, for sure.
Do you have a name for the room yet, then?
No, we don't. Yes, sir.
Do you come in sort of feeling like, in some ways, that he's kind of, the man here, the alpha dog here, or do you come in feeling like, hey, I'm a 3-time Pro?
You know what? I don't even think about that. I just play my role as a player, and when you go into a team, different team, you can't focus on that stuff. You got to be all about the team and helping the team win.
What's it going to be like going against the Ravens now twice a year after all the time you were with them?
Man, it's going to be fun. I know a small situation happened last year where I was supposed to go back, but it didn't work out. But now that I get a chance to face them, man, it's going to be fun. I actually work out with a couple of guys in Orlando, Gus the Bus. I've been telling him, hey, I catch him, I'm going to have to pop him 1 or 2 times. But, it's all fun and games because we're still friends, man. And just can't wait. See John Harbaugh, see Lamar. It's going to be fun this year.
Yeah. So what is the secret to containing Lamar when he would go against him?
Everybody got to be in their gap. Everybody got to know their assignment because if he get loose, we all know what can happen. So just when that time get here, we'll be able to prepare the right way and hopefully contain him. Yeah.
Are you glad to be back in the AFC North? Is it a different kind of football that you enjoy?
Sort of, kind of. Like I was telling you, I've been in the 3-4 system for the past 8 years, so getting a chance to put my hand back in the dirt and be a natural 4-3 in is going to be big for me. Yes, sir.
Why it didn't work out in Baltimore?
Baltimore? I don't know, man. It was something where somebody leaked something and said that I agreed to the deal, but I never did. And a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans are upset about that. So, like when I said, when I get ready to go back, it's going to be pretty fun because a lot of people may be booing and a lot of people may be, happy for me at the same time. So, it's all fun and games at the end of the day, man.
What did you know about Jim Schwartz?
Jim Schwartz?
Yeah.
Great DC, man. You talking about the DC? Yeah, man, great DC. I got a chance to talk with him when I first came in, and he was telling me all the things that he wanted me to do. And he was like, man, we just need you to get off the ball, man. We know that you haven't had that in the past 8 years. And if I had the opportunity, I probably would have had 100 sacks by now. But I'm just happy to be here, man. Happy to be with him. Happy to be with the coaching staff, man. This is a great organization. Can't wait.
How much impact? I was going to ask, the last couple of years, knowing you've had double-digit sacks in 3 of the last 4 years, coming into this system where the goal is to have those guys up front, get to the quarterback, have the sacks spread out. How exciting is that for you? How much higher do you think your ceiling can get?
I like it. I like the question. I feel like it'll be great because, like I said, when I first started playing football, I was in a 4-3 system. And I was always taught to just go get the quarterback, affect them. In this situation, being here now, I get the opportunity to do that. So I just can't wait. Can't wait to get going, man, and hopefully I have double-digit sacks again this year, for sure.
How much impact do you think you can have on a defense that's kind of been reconstructed, and a team that really has high expectations for itself?
I say by doing the little things. team bonding. We was just talking in the D-line room today, and I was telling the guys, let's go out to eat tonight. Doing little things like that, man, to bring guys together and closer and learning one another help us a lot as far as in the D-line and as far as the football team.
Do you have NFL Defensive Player of the Year aspirations? I mean, it seems like you really have the talent to be able to achieve that.
Yeah.
Is that on your bucket list?
I feel like it is, but my main goal right now is get a ring. That's something that I never had experienced. So that's the number one goal, is help this team win a Super Bowl. Well, first of all, win the win the division, and then go on and play in the Super Bowl. But after that, hopefully I can get a Defensive Player of the Year. I think they was close to saying something last year about it, but as we all know, I got hurt. But I don't focus on that. Self-goals is something that's going to come once you play part of the team, once you do your job, basically.
You were off to such a great start last year.
Yes, sir.
How frustrating was it to have, it was the knee, right, that slowed you down?
Yeah, it wasn't frustrating. A lot of people didn't know in my contract I had it to where I had to play every game to get my bonus. So certain situations, coach was just telling me, give it all you can, and then we'll just rest you from there. So I wasn't as effective as I was at the beginning of the season, but I'm all healthy now and ready to go. Yes, sir.
I think you've been on 3 teams that have won their division.
Yes, sir.
So being in the playoffs, that's not the first thing that came out of your mouth. It's winning the division.
Yes, sir.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because that's where it starts. I feel like if you set goals, it got to start from there. If you don't win the division, it's really not a possibility of going to Super Bowl. I'm not just going to say it like that, but it happened that way. And that's something that we need to focus on. A lot of guys don't focus on that. They just talk about the Super Bowl, but the main goal is to win the division first, be on top, and hopefully go to playoffs, get a bye, and go from there.
How confident are you that the Browns are getting the Za'Darius that had the 13.5, the 12.5, and the 10?
For sure.
Not the second half.
Yeah, I just told you earlier, I had a chance to rest. I couldn't rest last year because every game I think I was making like $200,000 just to dress out. So you would dress out too, right? Exactly. So now what's different for me, I had a chance to rest my knee, get some rehab, and actually train my trainer in Orlando. And I've been out here working and I haven't felt nothing. So I feel perfectly fine.
Darius, the jump when you got to Green Bay, was it just a change of scenery? Was it a system?
What you mean?
I mean, you look at the production, the sack production specifically. Was there one thing specifically you point to
that helped
that?
The bonding of the team, like I was telling you about, getting to know one another. This guy may be weak at doing this, and you can help him, teach him something that can basically help his game grow. And for me, I had a chance to do that with Preston and Rashawn Gary, so they always couldn't focus on me. They had to focus on them too, and here we have the same thing, like guys like Miles, and we got a bunch of young guys coming up, man, and DT now here. So it's going to be hard to just pick one guy, to go to, because you're going to leave the other 2 and other 3 guys open. So
Darius, what's it like being, here with Dalvin, coming here at the same time? What's it like playing next to him?
It's fun. He actually went to Alabama, and I'm actually from Alabama. So we got a little chemistry from back home. But just all in all, man, Dalvin is a great guy. Like to draw, man. He's creative and a family man. So just being around good people like that also helped me become a great guy. So that's one of the main reasons.
Those benchmarks that you mentioned, winning the division, it's stuff that this organization just hasn't done in the longest time.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
So I guess just what can you bring? Browns have had talent. So what can, you bring as far as the intangibles go to maybe help them get over that hump and really get the most out of that talent that you guys have?
I feel like the leadership and just keep harping on it, just keep saying it, because once you do that, it can happen, speak it into existence. And I'm big on that. Like I said, just doing the little things, staying after practice, getting some extra reps. Before I was talking to some of the guys about fixing their feet, because some can get reached and they'll get cut off, and I could tell them, like, look, in the backfield, you can see the near gun and far gun sets. Focus on those type of things, to help your game. So I feel like doing the little things like that will help us go a long way. this football team.
I know you've only been here for a minute, but this is the first practice since Jim Brown has passed. And I just wondered if you had any reflections on him as a player or a person.
Man, growing up, I got a chance to watch him, and I also saw the call where he did with Miles, man, and that was special. But, man, you got to always respect the OGs in the game, and he was one of the greats, you know, that I always looked up to. A lot of other guys, too. He's not going anywhere, but, like, guys like Ray, you know. Those are great guys that are going to leave a legacy, man, and that's something that he did for us here in Cleveland.
Sorry, when you talk about having guys like Miles and Obo at the end position, I know you've had some success rushing from the inside.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy doing that? Is that something you could see yourself doing here too?
You know what? I don't want to answer that question because I may give something off to the other teams. But, nah, man, I like playing every position. You can really put me anywhere. You know, I'm versatile. You know, play 0, play 3, play the end. Play linebacker some too. But, you know, it's all in all, man. It's going to be a fun year. I just can't wait, man.
Hey, Za'Darius,
I answered that the best way I could.
why did you want to redo your contract after?
Where, in Minnesota?
Yeah.
For one, it wasn't set up right. You know, going through Green Bay, you know, my last year, I had the injury. And a lot of teams started to say this and that about Z, but it wasn't about that. You know, I'm always a team guy. You can call any player from any facility that I've been in and ask them about who Z really is, you know. But a lot of people make stories up, and it just didn't work out. You know, I hated that. Wish I could have stayed and been a Smith bro with Preston, but, you know, just happy to be here now, man, and get a new fresh start, man, and continue my career here.
So when you say it wasn't set up right, was money not?
No, it was the guaranteed part. The first year was only guaranteed, so, I mean, now I'm basically in the same situation, but it's okay now because I can get a chance to go into free agency next year. Yes, sir.
Youngest teams in the league. When you come into this and you're seeing there's some raw talent and you don't know the ceiling for some of these guys, how does that make you feel entering a team with that kind of talent and potential?
Being the older guy, you know, I'm the vet now, so I can get a chance to help those younger guys. You know, I've been around a lot of great leaders like Terrell Suggs, C.J. Mosley, Eric Weddle, you know. So I know a couple of things that can help us get better. Like he said earlier, every team that I've been on, we won the division. So it wasn't for no reason. But just helping them grow as players and just teaching them the game, the little things about playing football.
What motivates you most now at this stage of your career, where you're at?
Going into year 9, not having a ring, family, you know, got to take care of family. And just leaving a legacy, man. Doing what I'm doing for the young guys. Hopefully they can do it when they get a little bit older and tell them like, hey, Z was the guy who helped me, you know. I would love that, but just leaving my legacy here, man, and for my kids, and when they grow up, they can be like, oh, you Za'Darius Smith's son, you know. So little things like that, yeah, for sure.
We'll do the last one here for America.
Okay.
Just watching you in photos and little video clips and stuff like that since the day that you signed here.
Yes, ma'am.
You look really happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you just look really, really happy.
Fresh start.
Can you sort of describe, you know, why are you so happy right now?
Because it's the beginning of something special. Yeah, okay, all right. That's a great answer.
That is a
All right, cool.
So I'm guessing you got a little baseball background after I saw you last night.
Yeah, I got a little bit. I mean, last time I played baseball, I was probably like 9 or 10 years old. I used to play in the backyard all the time, so that's why I kind of know how to handle a baseball. Most football players never play baseball, and they try to throw the baseball with it right directly in their palm so they never can get it there. But I know how to actually throw a baseball a little bit.
I heard A-Walk was struggling over here trying to get ready for tonight, for today.
I didn't see it, but I also heard the same thing. So I'm excited to see his pitch because it's going to be bad. I already know it is.
Did Kelsey make you nervous a little bit seeing his, and you're like, dude, I just can't do that?
No, I wasn't nervous. I'm a natural athlete. I'm a natural athlete, so the only thing I wanted to do, I wanted to get it to the plate. I wanted to actually throw a strike. It was outside a little bit, but I'm still proud of my pitch.
Juan, why did you want number 1?
So me in Kansas City, I was number 22, and when I got here, Grant was already number 22. So I'm not the type of guy that will try to like pay for a jersey or anything. I just felt like it was just time for a new start, and number 1 just seemed nice. Like it just is a nice catch to it, like the chosen one, the one and only. So yeah, that's why I picked number 1, and it carries you in a different way. Like you have to carry yourself when you're number 1 because everybody feel like you're like that guy, and I want to be seen as that because it's just every day. I do. I feel great. You know, when you wear number 1, you just feel like you gotta look nice, you gotta play better. I like that feeling.
Juan, can you just talk about on social media? You know, you've already been having a little bit of fun with the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Just talking about being positive. Can you just sort of address that a little bit?
So my tweet's not really anything negative. It's just like in Kansas City, I use them because that's where I was before. But in Kansas City, like those fans there, they were, I would say, too cocky. Like they were just like, we're gonna win this week, and the players can feel that. Like when you walk into the stadium, you know that you're gonna win, and everyone is behind you. You don't want to be walking around with fans saying, I don't know if you're gonna win or not. I hope we win this year. Like we don't want to see that as a team. We want them guys to be behind us, pushing us every day, and be like, we're gonna win. And once you have your fans backing you up, it makes us want to play harder for you as fans.
Can you understand the 3 Super Bowl appearances there in Kansas City, and this team has never been there?
It's all good. Like I said, it's a new start. Like whatever happened last year is last year. This is a new year, and this is what we're working for, is to get to the Super Bowl this season.
But I mean, as far as the fans go, I mean, they're all in a good mood for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, I mean that's true. When you're winning a lot, you're not going to sit here and expect to lose. So I mean the fans definitely play a big role in that.
So, how would you describe the difference in Kansas City fans and Browns fans during your small interactions on social media?
I can definitely see a lot of similarities. Like they're definitely confident. I mean, they support the team for sure. I'm not saying they don't. And I heard a lot. Like once I got here, they said the Brown fans are crazy. They be going nuts on game day. And in Kansas City, it was the same way. So I would say they're very similar in that way.
So what will you do to help this Browns team get to the Super Bowl?
I mean, they brought me here to win, so they brought in a great guy to help go get the football, get turnovers, get the ball back to Deshaun in the offense. So that's what they brought me here for, just to lock up any receiver that I'm going against.
We've talked about what it could be with Jim Schwartz, but now that you've actually been on a field with him now, just what are your impressions?
We got Jordan Akins over here too.
So with Coach Schwartz, I like what he's doing. Like right now, he's not really putting guys in a free safety spot, a strong safety spot. We're just playing left and right, just basically so we can learn every position pretty much. So I like him because he just let guys play football and play fast. So that's the main thing.
He's like really hands-on when he's out there with you guys.
Oh yeah, he got a lot of energy for sure. He got a lot of energy, and he wants his guys to be great and make a lot of plays. So he looks out for his players for sure.
Juan, just seeing how you are on social media, and even here, like, are you the kind of guy, a player who's like, you want to speak something into existence, like you're going to be overly positive,
Definitely.
kind of regardless of the circumstances?
Listen, they say if you speak negative things will happen. That's what I truly believe. So if you sit here and speak positive, those positive things will happen. If you say you're going to win, and you step on that field believing you're going to win, more than likely you're going to win. I mean, you're going to play your hardest to get there. So I'm definitely that type of guy that want to be positive and bring like everyone to the room and just enjoy everything together.
And then just being out there with Grant actually on the field, what's it been like kind of getting familiar with him and actually playing out there with him?
I mean, it's new because like I've been somewhere for 4 years, having to learn his style of play, how he likes to play, but it's definitely coming together. We're starting to figure each other out a little bit more because I saw that a little bit today, us not having to really speak too much to each other, and we just know what each other's going to do. So I'm excited to play with him this year.
What do you think Za'Darius is going to bring to this defense?
Who?
Za'Darius.
So I mean, the guy's a beast. I mean, just look at him. He made it to the Pro Bowl. Who's going to stop him? I mean, you got him. You got Garrett up front. You got all the other guys. They're going to put pressure on the quarterback. So they definitely going to bring the heat, which allows us to make more plays.
I mean, you're one of the first pieces brought into this defense, kind of the reconstruction of the defense. Were you surprised that Andrew Berry kept adding with such a big name as Za'Darius, kind of so late in the offseason?
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, because if you talk about the history, I mean, the Browns didn't really win last year, so AB's going to bring in as many guys as possible to win. He wants to win. No one wants to lose, so I'm not surprised at all.
With all the winning you had with the Chiefs, what made you sign here when you were a free agent?
So I like to be like the underdog a little bit. You know, going into the season, not everyone thinking that you're going to be like the number one team. Like Kansas City, everybody put them up there at number one. They think they're going to win every year. But me coming here, I feel like I can add something to the team and bring something to the team to get us to that top level. And I just will feel accomplished if we did that.
Juan, last year there was a lot of communication problems. Obviously you weren't here, but has that been discussed at all since you've gotten here, trying to make that an emphasis to clean up?
Not really. We don't really talk about too much about last year. Like I said before, it's a new season. With me, I'm the type of guy that likes to be very vocal. So I'm gonna try to get my guys lined up as much as possible and be pretty good at what I do. So yeah, we don't talk too much about last year.
Being out here today around the defense,
Fast, smart, and very intelligent.
Ron, can you talk about your relationship with Rodney, and how do you think that you guys together are going to help kind of set the tone, and not just in the back end, but for the whole defense?
So with Rodney, he's actually played in this scheme before. He knows a lot more than we do. So he came in day one, giving us little nuggets to help us play better. So we both went to the University of Virginia, so we kind of know each other a little bit, and I just feel like we can relate in that standpoint. But Rodney's a great guy to add to the room. He's been here for a while. He's been in the NFL. He knows what to expect. So he's a great guy to have in your room to help you play better.
What made you get that tattoo?
So if you really look at the tattoo, I actually have the Brown and the Kansas City Chiefs, and then what round I was drafted. So what I'm gonna do with this arm is actually just track my journey pretty much. So that's pretty much how I got it.
What made you go with the elf as opposed to the helmet?
I mean, that's what's in the middle of the football field, so that's why I pretty much went with the elf.
Do you know why Jim Forbes is wearing a jersey today?
I do.
Why?
So we had a guy, 51. I think that's the number he was wearing today. 51. He, in the team meeting today, he basically brought us all in and he let him give his speech, and pretty much he just wanted to support him pretty much in his journey here, how hard he works. So that's pretty much why I wore 51.
How much was just the draw of getting back with Deshaun that led you to come here?
Just the chemistry that we had. I want to pick up where we left off in Houston. And, the team camaraderie, me and Deshaun, we had great chemistry, like I said. And I like the way he plays the game. The play is always alive when he's on the field. And, I love to play with a quarterback like that.
He seems to, especially in the red zone, he has a knack for finding the tight end. What is that? Where does that come from in your mind?
I think it's just his awareness and his belief in his tight ends. He trusts us as we trust him. And like I said, the play's never dead with Deshaun. So, a big body, sometimes it's easier to bump and get open in the red zone. And when we do, Deshaun ends up finding us.
Did he being here influence your decision to come here?
Yes, I can say yes to that. And honestly, I just was looking, to be somewhere that I was wanted and had great team camaraderie. And, when I got here, when I came and visit here, it was a perfect fit for me. And, like I said, I'm reunited with Deshaun, and that's a good thing for me.
Kind of an added bonus.
Yeah, it's definitely a bonus for me.
Jordan, when you saw him on December 4th down in Houston, his first game back, what did you see compared to the guy that you played with?
He definitely was rusty. He had to get back in his rhythm. His rhythm was off. I could tell that his footwork wasn't where it should be. And, it wasn't the typical Deshaun, but, the typical Deshaun beats adversity, and that's exactly what he faced, and he came back and did his job.
It had to be stressful for him that day. Later admitted it was. Did you meet with him before the game?
I met with him after the game, and I told him.
He was on edge?
Yeah, I told him great job with it. Battle adversity, overcome it. It's huge for you to come back and win this game. So you made a statement.
You know Deshaun really well. When he's out here and getting this chemistry going with guys, what are some of the things we're going to see from him when it's starting to click? What can you see?
Great rhythm throws, deep ball throw. He's great at that. The defense, he's really good at it. He can read defense, pick apart defense. Whether we get the mismatches, he'll find the mismatches. And also whenever he seems like he's surrounded and he's going down, some way he pops out. So you got to stay on your feet, stay moving downfield, and be ready to make a play at all times.
Last year when he was playing in those 6 games, there was kind of an education between the other 10 that were playing with him and him playing with them. Sometimes they didn't know what he was doing.
Got you.
You would. Is that a process that they're going to have to marry together?
It depends. I mean, we're here now. We're trying to overcome that right now. That's what OTA is for. Trying to get the rhythm down. We're trying to get the way he plays the game. And luckily, I've been with him for 3 years, so I kind of know how to maneuver when he makes certain moves. But as a team, I think we'll be fine. Like I say, Deshaun, he will find the open guy, and we will make plays for him.
This time of year, is it pretty new to you because it's a new team, or is this close to what you've always done?
The last 2 years, I would say, is kind of similar because I was with the Giants last year, so I had to adjust. That was really my first, adversity as in moving and adjusting to a different team. But this year, I was kind of prepared for it, and I'm more aware of what I had to do. So, I kind of put things in the right place and made the right moves, so it was easier for my family and myself.
You feel like there's great opportunity for you here?
I feel like it's a great opportunity, man. like I said, being reunited with Deshaun and, being able to get a different route tree. In Houston, I was kind of labeled as a catch and run tight end in the flat, but here I'm more down the field. I get to show off my athleticism, in and out of cuts and catches after the run as well.
Jordan, do you feel like even though it's a new system for your new team, like just the fact that you are with Deshaun and can learn this with a quarterback you're familiar with, how much of a help is that for you?
It's a big help, man. Deshaun knows me. I know Deshaun. Certain plays when I'm coming across, I learn them from my formation. Sometimes I can just look at him, give him a certain look, and he can kind of signal some of the routes. We have signals from the previous team in Houston. So he helps me out, and I help him out, through the air as far as making plays. But the unison on this team is, everyone. The team camaraderie is great. It's definitely different from where I'm coming from. Everyone's on one accord, so that's major in the NFL.
Is there your connection that you have? Is it like an X factor thing that you can't describe, or is there something specific about your games you think that works really well together with him throwing youth ball?
That's a good question. Deshaun, I would say Deshaun, his IQ for football is amazing. His reactions to certain looks are amazing. Me, I play off reactions and instincts. So, I do my job, but at the end of the day, you have to play ball. In some way, Deshaun be on one accord with that. So he'll find you if you find open ground.
Given your non-conventional career path, do you feel like there's still upside? Do you feel like there's doors that can still open?
Oh, there's definitely a lot more that I can bring to the table. Last year was really me just really getting my feet wet. They kind of depended on me in the offense. So, as long as I'm presented with the opportunity, I'm definitely going to overcome. And, I accept any challenge that comes my way, blocking, special teams, or making plays downfield.